Welcome. My name is Brandon. Please join me on this tour of College Square in Cedar Falls, Iowa. I was excited to return to this mall after 5 years. My first 2 visits were in 2019 on the way to visit my now late grandfather in Illinois. Instead of driving to Illinois with my dad, I went alone. I could stop at every dead mall on the way. I did not have a YouTube channel back then, but I was obsessed with dead mall videos.
My first thought upon arriving on the property was, you can't even see the mall with all these random parcel stores in front of it.
Let's dive into mall history. General Growth Properties started development of College Square in 1968. GGP built several malls in Iowa, including 3 others with a similar hallway layout: North Grand Mall in Ames, Muscatine Mall in Muscatine, and the late Marshalltown Mall in Marshalltown. As I record this narration in January 2025, I have recently learned that Marshalltown has a new owner, who plans to demolish most of the mall for big box retail. Oh well. Getting back to College Square, there is one thing that separates this mall from its other GGP siblings. It still has a functioning fountain. College Square opened as the largest mall in Iowa on November 12, 1969. The mall was anchored by 4 department stores: Montgomery Ward, Woolco, Yonkers, and James Black, a local department store. On March 26, 1970, College Square Theater opened as a twin cinema. In 1978, the Allied Stores Company, which now owned James Black, and the Minneapolis-based Donaldsons, converted the James Black store to Donaldson's. On December 20th of that year, a 3rd screen was added to the cinema. Hey, why are those people wearing winter coats in July? Well, I filmed most of this footage in the summer. I returned with friends in January 2025. It was great to hang out with old friends John and Kate again, and meet the man who runs the rural retail account. We had fun checking out different Iowa malls together. In 1981, Woolworth rebranded to Woolco. It closed 2 years later, with the rest of the Woolco chain. Before we return to mall history,
I wanted to draw your attention to the old Von Maur sign on the right.
Now, ahead on the left is an old Bath & Body Works sign. In 1984, College Square started its first renovation project that lasted 3 years for a cost of $10 million. These renovations included new fountains, planters, signage, and skylights. During the renovation, Walmart moved into the old Wolfco space. A fourth screen was added to the cinema that year. During that time, the cinema was operated by Central States Theaters. In 1985, Montgomery Ward closed. Von Maur had interest in moving into the mall. Yonkers was moved from the middle of the mall into the old Ward's location. Von Maur moved into Yonkers' original space in 1986. The following year, Campo Corporation bought out the Allied Stores Corporation, but due to the debt from the acquisition, they had to sell off their Donaldson stores. Carson Pirie Scott and Company acquired the brand for around $163 million, changing the name to Carson Pirie Scott and Company. Carson's left the mall in 1989. I have read but cannot confirm that the department store was converted into mall space and hallway by the cinema. Why can't I confirm this information? The earliest map people have found for College Square is from after Carson's departure in 1990. However, I can see this being true, as it seems odd to have a hallway that leads to the cinema, but you still have to leave the mall to enter the cinema. Was that mall entrance originally an entrance into Carson's? Jumping ahead a decade, in 1999, Scheels moved into the mall right outside the Yonkers entrance. The store was built into a former Walgreens and a hallway, so a new hallway was built into the southern side of the mall. In 2003, Walmart left the mall to move into its own building. College Square received its second renovation in 2005, when Hy-Vee moved into the old Walmart space from its original location nearby. The Hy-Vee does not have an entrance into the mall. In 2008, the cinema expanded again to 12 screens total. In 2013, Scheels left the mall for their own space, kitty corner to the Walmart building. A Planet Fitness gym moved into most of the space. The gym does not have internal mall access. In 2017, Salon Professional Academy moved into the other section of the old Scheels. During my 2024 visit, I saw quite a few salon students going in and out of the mall. I believe this ramp was part of the old hallway. At one time, did it go down the hallway instead of being in this U shape? If you look closely at this green bar, you can still see the faint remains of the Scheels signage. In 2018, Yonkers closed when its parent company Bon-Ton filed for bankruptcy. In 2021, Ashley Furniture moved into the Yonkers space, so the mall had all its anchors filled again. Now here's a different bit of mall trivia. In 2021, the mall had a cocktail lounge right off the food court called Ari's Martini Lounge. They did not appear to have a restroom, so you would have needed to stumble through the mall when nature called. Like many other former businesses at College Square, the lounge moved out and is now operating in a more appropriate location, a Best Western hotel in Waterloo. College Square was also home to a brewery called Lark Brewing at one time. It has closed and did not relocate. On May 23, 2024, the College Square Theater closed. It is still abandoned today. This large circle shows where another fountain once stood. Thank you for joining me on this tour of College Square in Cedar Falls, Iowa. If you know anything about Eastern Iowa dead malls, you might be wondering if I'm going to release a video on it next. Yes, I am. In fact, the reason I went back to Iowa with friends in January 2025 was to visit it while it was still open. You may have guessed my next video will be on the rather large and very, very dead Crossroads Mall in Waterloo, Iowa. I hope you come back, and I hope you have a great day. Take care.